So this is the Infiniti JX35, the 2013 model. The last year they made the JX35, which the following year became the QX60, which was pretty much the same car with a different name. RJ has been missing forever because years ago somebody was angry that we took their parking space, although I don't think I did. She was like circling around on the other side, and it was nowhere near me, but I guess I'm assuming it was this one angry woman that thought I took her space, and next thing I knew we came back out to the car and the J was missing. So, nice car, but here's the problem. A few weeks ago, maybe a month ago, I don't know how long it's been, I went to a Hungry Howie's to pick up some pizza. The one near us closed down, and I found one not too far away that the first time I went, there was a really strict manager, and she, I don't know if she didn't do it personally. I think she had people working for her, but they made the food really great. The pizza, chicken wings, everything was good. So we went back another time, and it was really good. Third time, she wasn't there, the food wasn't as good. But I stupidly went back a fourth time, and when I came out to the car, it was clear that somebody had vandalized the handle. They had jerked it out, broke off a piece from the inside, and could no longer open the door from the outside. But I could still open it from the inside. So then I made the mistake of trying to fix it myself. I watched a couple of videos on how to do it. Part of it, you have to open the door, remove the inner door panel, and then you have to loosen that lock right there so you can have room to work, and then you get the replacement handle and just wedge it in, and it clicks in place, supposedly. And there's some wiring inside because there's a light that turns on underneath in this part. At night when you come out to the car and you walk close to it, the light comes on, and there's a button for keyless entry. If you have the key in your pocket, you push that little button, and that still actually worked after they had broken the handle. It doesn't work anymore, because when I tried to fix it, I cut the wires in the original handle, because I couldn't get it off from the inside, and I thought I'll deal with that later. That's a whole nother story. Anyway, but the replacement handle didn't fit. Nothing was working, so it was getting dark the day I was working on it. I realized that since I didn't really care about the wiring, I didn't care about the little light turning on or the button working, I didn't really need to remove the inner door panel, which I did. And there's two cables inside that connect to the inside door handle and the inside lock, and I didn't click them in place properly, and because of that, the inside door handle doesn't work now. That's probably been for a week and a half. So I can't open the door from the inside or outside. Apparently I'm not the only one. I saw a video where a guy showed how almost impossible it was to get access to in the door. I went to my mechanic. They also tried pulling on the inside the hole. If you take this handle off, there's a ring, which is what the door handle attaches to, and he used a hook tool to pull on the ring and showed me that couldn't open it either. So he felt that was a separate mechanism from the inside cables that I didn't attach. And so since the door couldn't open, he couldn't get access to the inner workings of the door. He said it was impossible for him to fix. He said, take it to a locksmith. So I took it to a locksmith. And he came out, actually came out with his head locksmith worker. The two of them came out to the car, to the parking lot. It was kind of in a bad neighborhood, and I couldn't find the entrance to the store, and so I parked a little bit far away, and the two of them were nice enough to walk out, and they, one of them climbed over, and they worked on it from inside and out for a little while, and one of them said, don't waste your time and money, just take it to the dealership. No one else can fix this. and they were nice enough not to charge me for the evaluation. I contacted the dealership, and they estimated the repair to be close to $3,000, as much as $2,600 or $2,800, I think. You know, the car is not worth that much. It's probably worth under $1,000, even though, you know, it runs pretty well. But anyway, so let me show you. Let me go back to showing you the window here. Because you can see that the inside door panel is now lifted a little bit. It occurred to me that even though, because you have to take it off with the door open, you know, it's wedged in, the door panel can't come off. But it occurred to me that maybe I could lift the top off partially, not fully take it off, but with the window open, that I can pry it off just enough to maybe get access to the cables. So I didn't want to work on it till I had the right tools. I think I'm going to need the key. Okay, you can see there behind the door panel there's a screw. I removed a little plastic insert that hides that normally, which I have. I can put that back. 2 more screws here, and I think I'm going to have to loosen those to get to be able to maybe pull the door panel away a little further. You know, it can't hurt to remove them or loosen them. This is a new tool recommended by Claude AI. Recommended that I get one of these 11 or 12 inch tools to reach in. And so those 2 cables, I didn't connect them properly. I can see them when I open when I pry away a little bit, as much as I can, and you can't pry it away much, but I can see the cables, and I'm wondering if it's possible I might be able to reach in and grab on. Hopefully maybe loosen them from where they're attached. They're not attached very tightly. Lift them, pull them up to where I can access them, and they're kind of like bicycle cables, like what would be attached to the brakes on a bicycle. And I'm hoping I can pull or push or whatever I have to do and make sure the door is unlocked and release the mechanism to open the door. And then once it's open, then we can take off the door panel properly, and you know, and then take our time and figure out how do those cables actually reattach. These are wood shims, and I'm planning to use these to stick in that door handle opening, or sorry, door panel opening. So, you know, I don't have to keep holding it open while I'm trying to reach the cable. And, you know, these I got at the same time. Maybe I can, if I can pull the cables out, maybe I'm going to need something to hold them in place. Yeah, various other tools in here, you know, like this. Well, I think there's another one like this. That was important to do something. Oh yeah, that was for getting these things off. I'm not even sure about how to get them back on again, but it's not even a big deal really. There's a tool that I use to help me pry away the door panel the way it is right now on the top. I think that was the tool I used to get those 2 panels off that cover the screws. I'm not even that worried about those, but we'll deal with that at the end. That was a cable cut off from, you see inside it has 4 prongs. And when you buy a replacement handle on Amazon, they all have 2 prongs. And there is a video where they show that they can splice the wires together with the old handle, putting them on the new handle and connecting them. And that's to get the keyless entry button to work. I don't really care about that at this point. I just want a working door handle, so I don't have to like climb over or have somebody push the door open for me. So this is important. That's a 10mm socket, you know, in the form of like a screwdriver, and that's to take off those 2 bolts. There's another, that's apparently common in automotive work. Another tool in here, similarly important in automotive work. take to loosen the screw that's on the inside part of the door. Should be in here. Just a few irrelevant things in here. Oh, there it is. Yeah, there's one screw you have to loosen to get that outer lock loosened. That's a Torque 30, I think, or T30. Yeah, T30. This is really important to open. Apparently, also very useful in automotive work. And that there's like a screw just inside the door. The door has to be open, and you can loosen that lock. I probably could have done the whole thing without taking off the door panel, having a proper replacement handle, and only using this to loosen up the lock to make room for the door handle to go on. Since I didn't care about the wiring, I really didn't even have to take off the door panel and cause the problem that I have now, where I can't even open that door anymore because those inner cables are not connected properly. Let's see, inner key that comes with the key. If you hold it this way, I don't know if oh yeah, it does work. Okay, you see all the windows in the car come down. I didn't even know this car could do that until the locksmith did it by accident, and I'm like, oh wow. Okay, so I'm gonna loosen up those screws. There's another one there. So let me get that screwdriver. But so yeah, there's one, and then I have these two in here. I'm gonna loosen or take off. So these are the 3 screws. This one, which looks a little dirtier, and its size is a little different. That's from behind the door handle. That's from like the little thing to pull on the door to close it. That little area, which I actually like to put my phone in there. It's a perfect size to put your phone in that little area. But these 2 screws go together. This one goes behind the door handle, and they're different. They're not interchangeable between this one and these 2. These 2 are identical. Okay. These are the wood shims, narrow. They're wider at this end and more narrow at this end. This is all new. I don't know if this is going to help at all. Yeah, neighbor sound. You can see that we can separate it just a little bit. It's not going to give us a lot of room to work. You see, these are the cables. They have like a sheath, that yellow sheath, and then they have this plastic part, and then there's that ending there. And if we're going to be able to actually capture the pulling them on video. See, the top one has a like kind of a cylinder attachment. Can you see both of them? Oh yeah, I can see both of them. They have these green tape things on them. Maybe this will actually help me. Okay, so one of them has like a little narrow cylinder ending at a right angle, and it goes downward into a like a little a hole thing, and I didn't click it in place. I almost wonder if I could click it in place like this and not even pull them out. I mean, I could try. See, just not a lot of access here though, that's the problem. I don't want to take a chance that I don't know. But so you can actually reach in and touch it, but if only this part would come off more. I didn't want to break the door panel, but the closer I can, the more space I can get to work here, the better. So I might not, I'm going to use that long tool. I might not show that on video because it's going to be hard to video it. My tripod doesn't get high enough to stay here, and I'm probably going to need the work area, but okay, but you get the idea. I'm going to take those two cables and hopefully either pull them out or click them in place and get the door handle on the inside working. Okay, so that's the tool, kind of a unique tool, and now I'm going to be, this is the part I probably won't show you on video, but going in and trying to, I think I'm just going to try to pull the cables off because I don't see how I'm going to click them in place, but hopefully I can operate them from externally, pull them above the window level here, and maybe pull or push on the ending and get it to do something. But this is kind of, it's a little scary, you know, if I miss and they fall in deeper into the door. I mean, I don't know if they can get lost in there, or you know, maybe at this end it'll hold it up and I can reach and pull them out again. But you know, this is kind of my last hope for getting the door open. I ended up using this one that I've had for a long time because I didn't realize that the cables were going to be so close to the top. See, I got one out. I think I had it backwards. I thought this one with that little cylinder ending, the other one has a ball ending. I thought this one was the one to undo the door, but it's actually, this is a lock. You can tell, you can pull it, go in and out, and you can hear it locking the door. So I'm kind of hopeful if I can get the other one out, I think I can open the door. I'm hoping. I put some more shims here to wedge a little bit more to get better access. And it's hard to, oh, there's a ball. It's hard to focus the phone camera on it, but that's the one I really need to unlatch the door. So I'm going to go for that now. And you see I clamped it so that one wouldn't fall, and I'm going to try to do the same with the other one. And once I have the two of them out, I'm hoping I can open the door, which is going to make it, hopefully I can put everything together and the door can at least open from the inside. And I want to try the external thing that you pull on. I got to find my hook tool. I have one too, but just like the mechanic, but I don't know where I put it. I should have kept all this stuff together, but I might have a sec. I don't know. I'll find something to do it with, but I want to try, once I get these cables back in, I want to see if the external one works, because the mechanic was insisting that there's a different cabling system for the external handle and that the external thing is broken and will never open the door. I feel like if these are connected, that the thing the door handle connects to inside, that little ring thing I told you about, I'm hoping that might start working again too. And then if that is true, I can then order another cheap door handle or whatever, maybe even try to get the original one and get the door handle connected again, you know, and have it working inside and out. Okay, you can see I did get them both out. I had to use that longer tool, the one right there, so I did actually need it because the other one was too short. So that's the ball, and now I'm going to try, this will be the first time I have a chance to try this. It's my only hope for getting the door open. Okay, that didn't work yet. Does it push in or pull out? Oh my god. Oh my god, the door opened. Oh my god. Holy crap, we have hope. There's hope. There's hope that this door can be fixed without spending almost $3,000, and I don't have to climb over anymore. If I can just get those two cables put back in place how they're supposed to be. Okay, I can take the shims out. I'm done with that. No need to stress. No need to stress the door panel anymore. Now I can get this door panel off. I'm pretty good at that. There's two wires in there. I'm not even going to bother. There's other videos that show you how to do this. I probably won't video it. In here you have to reach in with your hand, pull here, pull out, carefully pull out the, what do you call them, the clips. There's a bunch of clips along here. You just have to pry them off in order. And then that screw hole, there's a screw in here. There's a cover that I should have to put back on. But that's where that T30, or the Torx 30 screwdriver loosens that lock where the key is, and that makes it so you can put the door handle on. But see, I couldn't access any of that until now. Now everything is possible. We can possibly get this working again, at least better than it was before, where I had to like hop over from one seat to the other. And now there's some hope that I could get this thing, at least the inner door handle working, which is a big deal. At least if that works for now, I can open the window and reach in and open it, or somebody, you know, my wife can reach over and open it for me. But up until today, right now, when we just did that, I actually had to climb over every time to, you know, getting my feet all over everything.